We welcome you into what we normally call the Friday walkthrough. This is the Monday walkthrough, now hours away from West Virginia, taking on the Aggies of Texas A&M along with Coach Wallace. So it is bowl season, and one of the biggest things we see every year during bowl games is that teams some way, somehow forget how to tackle between the regular season close and bowl games. That is so important, isn't it?
Well, it really is, Tony, and you see it game after game. I think what happens is at the end of the season, people get banged up, and all of a sudden those running backs have been beaten on all year long, don't have quite the strength and the power and the quickness they had early in the year. But you give them 3 or 4 weeks rest, and all of a sudden, bingo, we're back to fresh. And these tacklers forget that they're tackling fresh running backs. So you really have to wrap these guys up, especially with Texas A&M, because they've got talent. They've got some tremendous players that do well in space, so tackling will be a big key.
Yeah, and on the other side, Russell Shell says that he is at full health, as good as he's felt, he said, from before the season ever started. All right, so let's talk about it here from the X's and O perspective. Both teams run an extremely similar offense. Obviously, they came from Dana Holgorsen. How do you make sure that you're not trying to outthink yourself in this game?
Well, I think you have to remember to dance with the girl that brung you. And there were things that both these teams did during the season that paid off well for them. And I think that during this off season, that's one of the things you do. Go back and take a look. What did we do well and what did we not do well? But also maybe a wrinkle or two. But I think you're exactly right. Try to keep with the basics, do with the things you do well. And that's hopefully what both teams will try to do.
Yeah, and in the category of the unknown, obviously with the Aggies making a switch at defensive coordinator, Mark Snyder is gone. Mark Hagan, one of their assistant coaches, elevated to defensive coordinator. Do you have enough time to change a whole lot between end of regular season and now?
Yeah, big question. Don't know. I would normally say no from just a technique standpoint. You're not going to change a ton. Again, a wrinkle or two maybe. Certainly some changes in play selection. I think the way they call their defenses might be a little bit different. I think West Virginia has to prepare for A&M, what they saw in film, and just go from them. But certainly I do think there are some question marks there on that side of it. And I don't know, you might just get a real excited defense over there, too, to play with all of a sudden a new coordinator, new faces, some fresh legs, and you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, chance for the Mountaineers to finish up with an 8th win on the season, which would double their win total from all of last season. Kickoff is set for 2 o'clock back in the East, 1 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Our pregame coverage begins on the Mountaineers Sports Network at 10:30. Along with Coach Wallace, I'm Tony Caridi, and this has been the Monday Walkthrough.